was somewhat controversial because private companies at that time said, what is the state getting into this ICN business for? Now, Governor Branstad, Senator Gronstal, as you remember, I believe you were in the legislature when that ICN bill was passed, and the ICN was built across Iowa, costing several $1 million. Now, the governor is proposing leasing out some of that capacity. Do you see that as a mistake back in the 1990s to have a state-owned communications network like the ICN, or is it a matter now of updating and catching up with where we have evolved?
First of all, I think it's very much about where we've evolved and recognizing what that is in the changed circumstances. But I'd also tell you the concept of lots of private. Look downtown Des Moines, and you'll see satellite dishes on the top of some of those skyscrapers down there. And what is that there for? It's because it's cheaper for them to do satellite communication and skip the switched network and build their own communication. That's what the state did. We were saving $10 million a year with the ICN when it first started in terms of just the state traffic for long distance in the state.
So it was a good idea at the time.
So it was a good idea at the time, and now it's a good idea to figure out how it fits in the new world. Back when we created that, there weren't cell phones. There was very little fiber in the state of Iowa, fiber optics. So I think it's important to revisit that. I think the governor's ideas on that are very much worth considering.
Mr. Speaker, you are a lawyer. Is this sort of a lawyer's dream to have the state maybe leasing part of a state-owned right-of-way fiber optic line to a private company, and then maybe the state will get sued by a company that didn't win that little stretch of fiber?
I don't know about it being a lawyer's dream. I'm excited about this proposal because I think that taking the ICN and using it as one of the vehicles to make sure that we have broadband access across the state is going to be an outstanding opportunity to grow the state of Iowa, provide a number of different opportunities in places right now where those opportunities don't exist. That having been said, I think it's also going to be a tricky bill to work to make sure that we don't upset the apple cart, as it were, between those, whether they're the small telcos, whether they're some of the big players, by all of a sudden making someone who's competitive investing in the state of Iowa right now all of a sudden uncompetitive. So we'll have to navigate all that. But the ICN has, I'm not an engineer, but as my understanding, has a huge amount of bandwidth that is unused right now. That's infrastructure that's already paid for by Iowans. There's no reason to have them pay for it again, private or public. Let's figure out a way that makes sense for all Iowans to have access to that.